Hello, boys and girls, my name is Hotsty and welcome back to Space Age Factorio here on Nauvis. Last time we have, let's get that out of the way. We have set up this facility so we can have the chemical science packs, which we are already heavily using, as you can see there. In the meantime, are not that much left that we can do. There are still things in the area of robots that I have not queued, and then the 2 additional science packs. But that's not our main focus today, because we want to get ahead, meaning we want to get out of this starter base, this first base, and move into proper setup with our hexagonal setup. And for that we need mining spots where we also smelt with electric furnace. That needs quite some power, which means uranium. And for a nuclear power plant we will need concrete. For concrete we should be prepared. We need stone bricks and iron ore. So what I was thinking, maybe we can do something like this. Have a splitter that we set as a filter, right? And then have it that way, and thereby we have coal on one side and the stone on the other side. So then let's have 4 furnaces. I think that's okay for now. Bring those into the middle. Then we also need iron ore. Let's move that one up. Here. And we need liquid. We have that somewhere around here. And we need to stockpile a bit of concrete before we can get to the real dicey stuff. So that's why I set it up now, so we can concentrate on other things. So let's have a kink here. And another one there. Out of undergrounds. Not a problem, we have a factory for that. And then We also need to set up the pipeline in order to mine the uranium. For that we need sulfuric acid. We have the production for sulfuric acid already prepared, but we do not yet have a train for it. That's the last piece. And we need a bit of power cable here. And let's put everything in a chest for now. We do have, I believe, yep, down here we have the setup, the pick-up station for sulfuric acid. We have no production yet. We omitted that last time because we need iron plates here. We don't have a train for iron plates because we don't have a dedicated outpost for that. So I think to kickstart this whole thing, I will just add some iron plates here in the chest and then basically have a proper setup for the sulfuric acid production here, which how does this work? We need sulfur and iron and probably water, so I would assume it's a setup similar to that one that we place in here and then pump the output over there. So let me throw something together. We will need probably a few chemical plants that require steel. Now let's place some iron in here, and that will go up here on a shear belt with the sulfur, and then we have this compact setup for sulfuric acid, which should do the job for quite a while, because usually I think for a normal base I just need 2 or 4 of these, so we should be set as long as we can supply the materials, and there we see it's even working. An other issue that we frequently face here is that we do not have enough petroleum, and now we can actually fix that by switching the recipes around here, which means we then need to have this one on this level and then this one down here. And what we forget is this connection here. We want to control this, enable if we have light oil larger than 2 tanks, that's 50,000, so let's make the limit at 40,000. And then here we say pump out the heavy oil if there is more than, let's make this 30,000. Then here we will have lubricant. Lubricant will go into here, and we will just fill the tank. So primarily we will produce lubricant from heavy oil, and only if we have backlog here, which means this tank is full, we will also then crack the heavy oil into light oil. So let's set all these refineries up with this new recipe, and if we have a look at our fluid production, we should see that overall, yeah, we can see we have an increase there, and that will only get higher because so far the cracking needs to take effect. And that done, we can also place down a train here for the sulfuric acid. Let's make this train yellowish. Yeah, like this. That works. That's only one train. Oh, I will add the other one. So here we have full cargo. Then we will have the interrupt here. And I did have to tweak this interrupt a bit because we needed to wait at the fueling station for the locomotives to be fueled. Otherwise they would just go to the fueling station but then pass right through it because there was no waiting condition. So next thing is probably setting up this field here with an unloading station for the sulfuric acid. All the pieces up here are in place. We have an unloading station for sulfuric acid. We have our mine with a balancer with one output. And we even have loading station for the 2 uranium types. So as soon as we mine some uranium, that unlocks the centrifuges, which we will then use to get something useful out of the ore. And I think what we will have here is the initial processing, but then also the enrichment, so we can just ship the 2 different uranium ores that we have. So to get this running, we just have to set this train to automatic, and of course it first wants to go to the fueling station. But coming out of the fueling station, it should then go to the delivery. Let's move that down here. So this becomes all automatic. Once the train is fully fueled, we will see that coming in. Yeah. Here it is. Unloading. And we start mining, and we have the uranium processing unlocked, which means we can now craft some centrifuges, for which we already have set aside the concrete. And I think I also have a chest somewhere with some red circuits. Yeah, down there at the end of the line. It's not full yet. No, it's also limited. So let me craft a few of the mine. Yeah, and let's also start this research, because we will need that soon enough. We have this first part with the centrifuges set up. So let's connect here so we can actually get the output. Here we split up the two different uranium types. The 238 goes here to the left, that's the dark green. The light green, the 235 goes in here, which we will have less of anyway. And then down here I already prepared for Covax enrichment, and the way this works is we will have on this belt here on one side the dark green, on the other the light green, and we insert from this side, and then we output here at the bottom, and right at the top we can then reinsert what we have outputted, and we get one more uranium 338 out of it. So hopefully with that, once this is running, we should basically insert the material in this loop and just have to add new material, the 238 from that side. But we need to ensure that everything here works fine. And the way we do this, we have another filter here. We filter this one out, and we bring that here on this side, which means we need to have this then coming around that way. Will be on this side, and then it will be on the outside. Nice. And here we will add this over there. And we need to bring everything on to the left side of this belt, and if we output, it will be on the right side. So what we can do here is do it that way, and that brings it on this side, and that way any any uranium coming from down here gets priority over what we have in there. And of course, we also want to have input priority here on the left. And we can add here this output. I will not yet place the inserters here on this side because it does not help as long as we don't have covax enrichment. And what we then also need to do is have actually we can have a splitter here again with this set on that side, and which means this wants to go here and this wants to go to here. And we will have to figure out the train situation eventually, because I think at least at the beginning we will not produce enough to fill a train anytime soon, even with the enrichment. Here we can see, yeah, we get items out, and basically this is already sufficient to run a nuclear power plant. We don't need more, but we eventually will also need the uranium for other things. So that's why we will eventually come to the enrichment part. But I think for today we will leave it here, and next time we can see about that nuclear plant to get us the power to really make the step to electric smelting in all our outpost fields. Hope you enjoyed it, and tune in next time when we figure out our nuclear power plant. Until then, goodbye!